All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 13 of the SMB Talks. We have been meeting every week on Friday. I know Friday, since we are all working from home, I think Fridays are fine to meet. Friday, 8 p.m., we are meeting a lot of exciting people every week, right? So today, I have a fantastic guest with me, as always. She has done so much of work in the disorganized car rental space. So she is none other than Priyanshi Choubey. You might have seen my social media post about her. She is the COO and co-founder of Instacart, right? So it's a very, we all know that how tough it is to get an outstation cab in an emergency, or a good cab with a good driver to take your trips outstation, etc. So these guys have done fantastic work in that area, and I'm super excited to bring her on today and ask her some questions about her journey, what drives her, and what drives Instacart. So without further ado, let me bring on Priyanshi.
Hey, hi Vivek.
Hey Priyanshi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good, good, good. So all good at work and everything.
Yeah, everything is fine. Going well.
Fantastic. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining me.
Introduction, Vivek. Thank you for the introduction. Really looking forward to the session.
Fantastic, fantastic. So one thing I forgot to mention is, you are also doing your MBA from IIM Kozhikode, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. So you are running a startup as well as pursuing your studies also, which
Yeah,
is
it's almost done. So yeah, it's
awesome.
done. Yeah.
Good.
I've done like two courses while I was doing Instacart. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. So just to give you a background, because I've already mentioned to you this, the show I started in May when this COVID-19 started peaking up. I
Yeah.
just started this show to bring on people like you, so that people who are working or people who are running their startups or planning to do a startup to get some inspiration out of your journey, your message, etc., etc. Right?
Yeah.
So I have curated a set of 10 to 12 questions for you,
Hmm.
and which will cover your journey, Instacar, a lot of other things. So shall we
Hmm.
start?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. So when I was looking at your profile, what was exciting to me was you started your career as a normal person, as a business analyst, and
Yeah.
now here you are running a successful startup as a COO. So
Yeah.
how did this entrepreneurial stint kick off?
So if you ask me now, so in the initial days when we started like Instacart, so I was not sure what I was like getting into.
Right.
Um, I actually had no idea. I just decided I'll just go with the flow. So
Right.
the founder of the company, Ishan, he asked me, "Ki, okay, I have this idea. Would you like to like participate in it?" So I was like, "Okay, let's like try it out." But if you ask me now, so I think I already had those qualities which an entrepreneur should possess.
Right.
Um, During that time, I was very naive, and I didn't knew what twists and turns it will take. But
Right.
it is a delightful journey, I would say, and it was personally for me, it was a journey of self discovery. So I got into like entrepreneurship. My actually other co-founder says you are an accidental entrepreneur. so so I'm like, yeah, like I never thought I'll be an entrepreneur. It was in 2017, end of 2017 or the beginning of 2018, I believe, when I got the award. When I got the award from one of the startup media channel, I would not name right now, as Women Entrepreneur of the Year in Transportation and Hospitality sector. So that's when I realized, okay, now people have started recognizing me as an entrepreneur. So that was like click for me. Otherwise I just thought ki, okay, I'm like kind of manager in my own company. So
Right.
yeah,
Right. So
it's a
I've seen that along this short, not so long, but not so short also. This journey, you have got a lot of recognition and rewards. And Instacart itself has carved a special niche for itself. So that's why
Yeah.
that was the sole reason why I literally had to ask you a couple of times to come on the show. So that's why I wanted to hear Instacar's story. Fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
So you started off your job. So let me just introduce Instacart to the audience, right? So if you have to explain the concept, or if you have to explain Instacart to people who don't know Instacart, how will you do that?
Okay. So I'll start with the problem statement, and so our business is not something which is a very like rocket science kind of thing. It's a very simple business. People are using taxis. People have used taxis once in their life at least. So it's not a very difficult business to explain. So what we are building into is so currently what is happening is people are frustrated with unreliable cab services, surge
Absolutely.
pricing, ride cancellations, wait times are adding stress to overall cab hailing experiences for consumers.
Right.
So like our team has like built this product Instacart. It's we have completed our fourth year on 4th of August itself. And
Fantastic.
yeah, so what we do now is, so we started with outstation taxi service, and currently we were spread in 7 cities in India. But currently what we are doing right now is we are currently in Bangalore, and we operate on like our use case is airport transfers. So we operate for airport pickups and drops. So we are a pre-booked taxi experience for urban consumers with focus on airport pickups and drops.
Okay.
And our service attributes of fixed pricing, on-time departures, zero cancellations, providing our customers with a premium cab hailing experience.
Fantastic. Because I know that getting a cab from airport is sometimes really crazy, right?
Yeah.
There are some booths, and then now there's Ola, Ubers, and all that. But
Yes.
getting the right cab is always tough. You never know, because I remember when I moved from Bangalore to Gurgaon. When I went back to Bangalore, that person didn't know that I was from Bangalore previously, and he started
Yeah.
talking to me in Kannada and started charging me extra on top of the Ola rates and things like that. So
That's
yeah,
all.
that's
So
a good. Yeah.
yeah, for drivers as well. So they can speak in Kannada because they are from Bangalore, but we make sure that our drivers can speak Hindi and English like very properly. So
Right.
because there's a very evident problem there. And so it's a pre-book service. When you come, like individually come, or you come with your family, and you have like lot of luggage, and you just want to get to home, and like Bangalore airport is like really far from the city, so you
Yeah.
need a car which can just like come, so you don't have to wait. So you just come, sit in the car, and just go.
Right.
So
Right.
this
All
is
right,
what.
that's fantastic. That's a big problem statement you're trying to solve. That's fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
So you hinted about urban customers. So who is your ideal target audience of Instacart? Who are you? Who are you solving this problem for exactly?
This is actually a very very important question, and very uh, this answer is very important for the startups to figure out.
You're right.
uh, and I would like to like especially point out, if like whoever is listening, so this is a really important thing to figure out. So our target group is so currently, since we are operating in Bangalore, we target to people in the age group of 30 to 45 who has kids and
Oh,
parents,
okay.
who understands the quality, reliability, and safety in the car rental space. So
Right.
because when you have all these factors, then you'll be able to understand what you are actually looking for in the car, whenever you hire a car.
Right.
So
Fantastic. So that's pretty well straightforward target audience you have said there. That those are the people who will look for reliability and quality exactly.
yes.
Right. So my next question is a extension, follow-up question to this. So I want to know what is the USP of Instacart, because there are a lot of people offering similar kind of services. I also they have their own USPs, and they shout at the top of the voice with a lot of ads and things like that. So what makes Instacart, and why should the target audience which you mentioned should pay close attention to Instacart?
Mm, okay. First, like as talking about the USPs at Instacart, so I would firstly say we have a very good team.
Right.
And I'm like really proud of them. And we founders are doing like a good job, very dedicated towards what we are doing.
Right.
And what we do here is we make the simple processes, and we are very focused. Like as I
Right.
said, if we are doing just like one category at a time, it is a very conscious decision rather than spreading to different categories, because it takes a lot of say marketing efforts, operations effort. It takes a lot of time and money as well. So
Right.
we try to keep the things very simple, easy, and focused. And we are bringing that trust back in the car rental space, which is missing right now. And I would like to point out here is, so road medium is not the safest option when it comes to commute, and
Right.
people really discount it because they have the option to do it, as
Right.
they don't get with the flights or trains. So we at Instacar are focused towards safety, reliability, and quality in the car rental space. And people should feel the same way for taxis as they do with other modes of transportation.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice way to put it actually, because some of the times, we as a consumer, we may
Yeah.
have to compromise on something, right? Quality or price or something, because we
Yes.
have to get to home somehow from the airport or wherever it is.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Actually, I love it. Right. So, Instacar, when I was doing my research, I found that it got funded very pretty soon in the journey, and
Yeah.
it is based out of Indore, right? So, was it a conscious decision to keep the base in the city like Indore?
Um, so we actually registered the company after we got funded. So it's a very one thing that happened with us. So we were like pitching many people at that time, and one person of course like it comes as an angel, I would say, and like believe in you, believe in the business, and we got funded. So I would like to give the credit to my other co-founder, Ishan. So he lived in Bangalore previously, and he had seen startups, and he has seen startups grow, and he knew how it works. And from the day one, we knew it was an operational heavy business. So we
Right.
needed funds to build the product, build the operations team, keeping the operations going, and this thing. So we were like focused towards we have to raise funds. So after we got the
Right.
funding, then we started building team and product afterwards. And
Right.
he was like really optimistic that we will be able to do it, and we did it. And so we were the first company in MP to get the foreign direct investment, like FDI.
Right.
And why Indore? It's just because we were in Indore that time. I was studying, just like completed like 6 months back. I completed
Right.
my in this thing, and Ishan was there. He was running his first company, which was a service-based company. So he was there, and I was there. So that is one of the reasons we were there. That's why we started. And second reason was experiment cost is like less there. So
Right. Right.
yeah, so gave us a good playground to experiment certain things.
Right. I had Vinay Singhal of Witty Feed on the
Yeah,
show several weeks ago. So he was also saying that Indore is the best place to do startup.
yeah,
It is the coolest city. It has a lot of talent, a lot of
yeah,
potential, and all that. So that's fantastic to hear that.
yeah.
Right. So my next question will be again a repetitive kind of question, but it's a difficult kind of a space because this taxi aggregator space is a kind of a tricky place. So I want to understand that what makes there are several players in the market, right? Several players in the taxi aggregator. So how does Instacar stand out from the crowd?
Okay. So um, so I would like to say that every business has the competition. It's just in our segment, people know them like really well.
Right.
So
Right.
And I don't believe in like unique products kind of thing. I would say it's a unique is the approach of how you form the business. So
Right.
currently we don't have any direct competitor in this space.
Right.
And we are keeping focus on airport in one city. That makes us different, and simple approach towards solving one use case at a time and nailing it. So if
Right.
we are doing airport, so we are like doing like end to end, like 100% towards, because we have heard many cases, like in between going to the airport or coming from the airport in Bangalore city as well. So like we are creating the safest taxi experience. We are creating the most reliable taxi experience, which includes route optimization, which in turn has resulted to zero cancellations. So from the past 1 year operating in Bangalore, so we had like zero cancellations till now, like no flight missed, no cancellations from the driver or customer end. So we deliver it like 100% properly optimized. And our chauffeurs are USP point. They are the differentiators, as I mentioned previously as well. English, Hindi. Suppose my parents come to, so my parents stay near a place near Indore. So if they come to Bangalore airport, and so they will be needing a Hindi speaking driver to get to the city.
Absolutely.
So, and the quality service that we are building in our USP, our shoppers, we train them very properly, we vet them very properly. They are not the usual drivers who switch between the apps. They are mostly organized 48% sector, 48% group, which is who works with like usually with corporates. Or are attached with other offline vendors. So they are the most like reliable source. So if I give you the like data, like so the 48% of the market, which is the very larger chunk, is like the place where people book their own car by like calling the driver like by the offline means.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
so they are not. It's just because they know the driver well. He has dropped them off or picked them up from the airport very frequently. So it's just that they rely to that, and so they call that driver personally. So it's a very huge chunk, like 48%. So we cater to those.
Right, fantastic. Actually, there are people already commenting on the quality and the timeliness and all that of Instacart already. So that's fantastic to see. Right. So yeah. So I wanna blow this thing up. Right. So I know that Instacart has won so many awards in the past in the journey so far. So can you bring out to our notice some of the accolades which you are very super proud of?
Um, uh, so, um, like number one would be we were among first to raise FDI in Madhya Pradesh. Then we won as the best startup of Madhya Pradesh once. And I was representing Instacar at IIT Delhi and won a gold prize there. So I'm like really, really proud of that. One important one important factor that changed our life and even changed Instacart model as well was
Right.
getting to Techstars India. We
Right.
were the first batch in Techstars India accelerator program, which was in 2019. And it has changed our outlook and things completely, and we are like really happy with that. And the next thing is we have like successfully completed 4 years into business. So yeah, it's a good feeling.
Right, absolutely, because Techstars is a big thing, and even winning an accolade from IIT Delhi, it's nothing
Yeah,
less. But the thing which caught my attention is you got your funding without even having the product out. So
yeah.
that 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 takes the cake for me. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has done that. Right? That's fabulous. Right. So My next question. Okay, so we spoke about the accolades, the achievements so far. So I want to understand the exact opposite of the spectrum. Spectrum. Some of the
Hmm.
biggest challenges you have faced so far with Instacart.
Biggest challenges that we have faced. Um, so here I would like to say that like we were like pretty young to understand and learn a lot of things,
Right.
um, and we had a huge learning curve. So though we have completed like 4 years, I believe we are still in the learning phase. Though we
Right.
have achieved a lot of things, but I did not had any like previous entrepreneur or any corporate experience I was bringing in. So all the thing which I could do was just work and
Right.
just put efforts. So
Right.
the challenges came in. It's just because of the learning curve that we had. Because like you tend to make mistakes, because if something you are doing new, you will make a mistake. So
Absolutely.
we also did like lot of mistake, and that were those were the like challenges that we faced earlier. And it was never like, okay, startup phase, um, uh, like funding issues or this thing. So that thing was never in our mind, not mine nor Ishan's mind, that will not be able to raise funds or will not be able to sustain business. It's we were like really optimistic towards it. We can like we can raise, there would be no like, and as in long term problem of any cash flow or anything. But it's just the curve that we had, and which we are still having, like even if completing the 4 years.
Right.
So
Right. So you're it's like learning on the job. Right.
yeah, it's
So
not.
you guys are pretty young. You have a long way to go. So I'm pretty sure these lessons will come in handy for sure. Right.
Yeah,
So we
today I was like discussing with one of the founders that we know. So I was discussing with him like something related to business and this thing, and this topic actually came in that we are like pretty young and pretty new in the business, and it would take I'm not sure like 10 years or what to get into what we are doing. I'm sure it would be much time, but the discussion was like, the if you see the past what other companies has done, so they have become what they have become today is like they have the past experience of like 10, 12, 15 years. So
right,
yeah.
right. Absolutely. Anyway, it's a short journey, but you have achieved so much. So I'm pretty sure the journey ahead will also be fantastic. So
Yeah.
I want to know more about your co-founder Ishan Vyas, right? So
Hmm.
how important a role he plays, and what are the kind of things he handles at Instacart?
So Ishan is actually the like mastermind in this thing. I would like to give him like full credit. It's all because of him that we are today, where we are right now. He is actually a real entrepreneur. He's a growth hacker. He's a hustler. He has a like very good understanding about business and all the things and aspects related to it. He just like nails it. You can just like speak with him about any topic related to a business, like either be like finance, tech, product, legal, and so he is the CEO of the company. He makes strategies and important decisions for the company. Though we have the meeting if like something very important is has to be implemented in the company, and we mutually take the decision. But all the strategies and fundraising, these are the like um, um, things that he's taking care in the company right now. So he has
Fantastic.
the company. Yeah.
Right. It sounds like a nice combination between you two, the camaraderie and the kind of association you guys have. It's like a winning combination.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, right. So you are a young, successful entrepreneur, right? So I want to know if you have to give your advice to some fellow aspiring women entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
what kind of advice will you provide to them?
Mm, I won't say I'm like still successful till now, but like it's not an advice. I would just say from my experience. So I was I used to feel I'm just like being very um, um, I'm just giving like answer. It's just in my mind. I'm like not thinking of anything else. It's just from my experience, you have to come out of your comfort zone. I was a little like underconfident kind of person, but when I went to IIT Delhi, I did the course. Um, uh, I've been in the journey of like 4 years. It's very important to come out of your comfort zone and believe in yourself, taking like small steps at a time, and most importantly to do and prove it to yourself. It's really important. And one thing is, many people think to start their businesses, start something of your own, and they just take time. They just think it's not the correct time to start. But I feel it's my personal perspective that when you start early, you learn things fast. So, and you learn things fast and early. So that's a very good thing which helps in your business. And take advice, listen to people, but think over it and then act. It's very important.
Right, right. So hearing those words, I can understand it's coming straight from your heart.
Yeah.
Whatever life lessons you have learned over this past 4 or 6 years, that has
Yeah.
come out as advice. Fantastic. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will benefit from that. So my next question is, what drives Priyanshi as an entrepreneur?
Okay. So being consistent is most important for any entrepreneur. So
Right,
a lot of things happen throughout the day, mixed emotions and everything. As it's your own business, you go through it.
right.
So by the end of the day, you are your own boss, and it's good. And also when like people recognize your efforts you are putting in, again it feels good that like okay, you have put in efforts and people are actually like appreciating it. And with respect to that, I get the chance to share my experience at events. Say, here I'm like having a conversation with you, and at various like other events, colleges, and I feel that even like whoever has joined right now, or whoever has been to the events I've been speaking to, if any takeaway they could take from these kind of events, it would be a really win-win situation for me. So these things drive me like very heavily.
Fantastic. And that's a good thing, right? You are like a kind of a role model for a lot of people. When you go to college, you speak to students, they can look up to you and learn a lot of things, especially from the answers you gave for the last question, will help a lot of women entrepreneurs who are thinking of starting up something, right? All
Yeah.
right. So my next question will be, again, I'm coming back to Instacart. So I want to know, what are the future plans of Instacart, and
Hmm.
what more can people expect from the brand?
It's a very simple thing that it's a very simple answer. So our plan is to become number one in Bangalore airport and expand to 6 major cities in India, like metro cities in India. And with the brand, we just want to create a premium cab experience. And again, three things that we cater to: safe, reliable, and quality service.
Right, right. So that's the goal. Number one in
Yeah.
6 major cities.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So this is my last question. Our discussion has gone pretty fast than I
Yeah.
expected. So my last question, this I ask every guest who comes on the show, because it's the pandemic time. So how
Hmm.
has COVID-19 impacted you as well as Instacart? Has it been okay?
Hmm. Actually, we cannot end the conversation without this question these days.
That's true.
So, on the business perspective, of course, yes, I won't deny it. And even many people are afraid to start their own businesses during this time, or are afraid for the future thing. But I don't think there is anything to worry about. And So yes, we did take a hit in the business, but it was not major. We just believe it if would come for the next quarter, we would be in heavy losses, because during that time we were majorly hiring, and we had the operations and the marketing plan and full flow. We were about to start all these things, so there was a huge capital involved. So, so it hit for the at the correct time. We were about to, but we did not. And during that time, what we were doing was we were experimenting few things, grocery deliveries. So it's not our forte. We are, again, if I would repeat, on the Bangalore airport thing, but we were experimenting because the airport was not running, so we cannot just sit and wait for things to open up. So
Right.
actually took the permission. We went to the office, like the IT office, and took the permission from them to operate for few cabs. And we were doing one thing, we experimented grocery delivery, and secondly our product was ready in 1 week, and we started point to point service as other aggregators do. So the point to point service was for this thing, for emergency travel, like hospital to home to hospital kind of thing, or old parents traveling to their as a nearest family home, or this thing. So we did these two experiment. We ran it. It turned out to be good for us. But as soon as the things started getting normalized, we again started focusing on what we do. So it gave us a good time to think over it. And we are also currently we are very optimistic, and that the market will recover and everything will fall into place and happen with what we have planned for the company. And if I talk about personally, it was not bad actually. Just little schedule here and there, and many people can relate to it. So it was same for me.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
All right. So I've come to the end of the questions. Thank you so much for joining me, Priyanshi. And I'm pretty sure Instacart will be doing a fantastic journey once the COVID and all is sorted out.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'll be looking forward to seeing more from Instacart and you. Stay in touch and take care.
Thank you, Vivek, for having me. I would say amazing session. Nice speaking with you, and all the best for the coming sessions.
All right.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so that was Priyanshi Choubey, co-founder and COO of Instacart. She didn't mention a lot of things Instacart does. Instacart is fantastic product. You should check it out. Check out their website. Their cars, their drivers, everything is well maintained and it's a professional outfit. If you're thinking about office or airport transfers, that is the branch which should come to your mind, right? So, anyways, thank you for joining me today. I have a lot of other guests scheduled for this month, as I mentioned last week. Uh, I have global social media influencer joining me next week, and then I have a educator who has built her own personal brand joining me the next week. So please join me in these sessions. I'm trying to bring as much as value for you guys, and I want all of you to stay safe. Times are tough. Let's get over this together. Thank you so much for joining me at SMB Talks. See you next week.